In today's video, I'm opening an entire case of the brand new set, Justice Hunters, which is 288 packs. That is a lot of packs. And the set's pretty good. What's up, guys? We are back with another epic Yu-Gi-Oh! Opening. Before we get to the case opening, I will be doing a giveaway. I'll be giving away a box of this new set. Just like the video, be subscribed, turn on notifications, and let me know down below your favorite card in Justice Hunters and what you're looking forward to in the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! All right, let's get to it. Let's start opening because we have a lot of packs to be opened today. And as you guys know, if you are watchers of the case openings, this turns into a little bit of a podcast because I just start yakking, okay? Yapping and yakking. I start talking. There's no telling what I might start talking about in this video. And Justice Hunters, now there isn't really a crazy amount for me to say about this set because there's not really a card that I'm super excited about, like trying to collect myself. Now, the big card to pull is the K917 Izuna, which is a really nice ultra rare. It's like, at the time of recording this, I'm recording this before Friday, that you're going to see it on Friday. We're going to see if we can make our money back in today's video on this case. Now, cases are pretty expensive. But if we can get a bunch of K9 Izunas, maybe we can technically make our money back. We're gonna have pre-release prices because this is being edited the day before, and that's just how it works. Like, we can't edit it day of and get it up on time. So, and then waiting for the actual real price to happen usually takes a couple of days. So it is gonna be pre-release price, but we're gonna see with pre-release prices if we can make our money back on this set. Because, you know, you probably have a better chance of pre-release prices, but it does give you an idea of kind of what value you got, etc. But let's just see what we can do with this. So far, we've gotten one Draco Tail, which they are the worst of the ultra rares in the set. The 4 Draco Tail cards are the ones you do not want if you're looking for value. I think it's the worst of the 3 archetypes. I was correct in assuming that on Wednesday, based on the values. It looks like it's K9 number 1, then it's the Yummies, and then it is the Draco Tail. Though I think all 3 are pretty solid archetypes and not bad at all. Okay, let's see. And if it is a really, like, Draco Tail turns out to be really good, those prices will probably go up. And the $8, $7, $5 prices are going to be steals at this point. Though, I wouldn't count on that, you know? And here's the thing you got to remember. Yu-Gi-Oh's not an investment. I know some people seem to think that, I think that it is for some reason, which yeah, we're going to end up talking about the values again. I'm just so tired of talking about it. I made a Ruxin Live video recently this week with the Starlight rare reprints of the QCRs, which wasn't a surprise to me at all, but I did feel like I needed to make a video because it's something that I talk about a lot. And there were some positives I actually gathered from it. I'm feeling a little better about the QCR prints, how they'll do in the future. It's just nice to have some cards that are actually going to hold some value in your collection, right? Now, a lot of people, they will never agree with you on that. No matter what you say, no matter what argument you get, they're going to call you a crazy investor and you should never invest in cardboard. And it's like, I'm not investing. I don't invest in cardboard. I just want the cards that I buy to, you know, retain some value, right? That's not investing. Investing is when well, I guess technically you can invest in stuff that loses money, but that's not the goal of investing. Usually, in collecting, you don't need your cards to go up, right? Like, I don't care if I buy a card for $5, it becomes 10. Don't really care. Now, of course, we do the one doo-doo said in the first 10 minutes of the video. We do the $1,000 TCG play investment, and that is purely for entertainment and fun. It's not for me to actually make money on the Yu-Gi-Oh cards because I don't think I've ever made money on any of them. Even when we profit on some of the cards, the other cards do so bad that, and then you got to remember I pay taxes with all my orders. So I paid like, you know, usually $1,000, I pay like $100 in taxes. Then there's shipping on some of those. And then by the time I sell them, I'm losing money no matter what. Like the goal of those is not to make money. It's really for the fun of it and to see if some can go up. And now the cool part is I have like a portfolio for like 10 years from now to see like, oh, what are these cards I bought 10 years ago actually going to be worth? So that's going to be kind of cool to see what happens with those. It's not really for the actual investment, make money, you know, stonks of Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever. It's really just for fun. Now, some people seem to think that because I say I want some of the QCRs or Starlights to whatever to hold value, that I'm an investor. That's not true. That is absolutely not true. And I tell everybody who asks me, hey, I get questions like this all the time. Hey, what should I invest in Yu-Gi-Oh? I say nothing. Absolutely nothing. You should not invest in Yu-Gi-Oh. The only way you should buy expensive Yu-Gi-Oh cards is if you're willing for them to go down. And sure, I don't want them to go down, but there's a very good chance they're going to go down, especially with all these reprints and stuff like that. So you have to have that mindset of it's going to go down. Probably they're going to reprint something, etc. Or it's just going to be a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's just a collectible, right? And a lot of times when you get to certain situations like the economy, where the economy's crashing or whatever, people are not going to care about their collections as much, right? And then the values go down, and then there might be a time where they come back up or whatever. That's just how it goes. So don't buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards expecting to make money, because the chances are you're not, right? Like 90% of the time, maybe 95% of the time. So keep that in mind. That is something that people forget, and they want to say I'm an investor when I don't invest in cards myself. I have a lot of cards, like I do openings and stuff like that, but I don't really invest in cards. I buy some boxes because I think maybe they could be good buys for now, but not really so they'll go up. It's really so I have the box later so that I can open it when I need it for a video. So in a way, I'm investing in the channel by doing that. I'm like buying, like I bought some Legendary Collection 25th anniversary boxes the other day. The ones with, they're like the reprints of the game boards, basically. The ones that came out a couple years ago. I got some from my friend, the Uber Trading on Whatnot. And I didn't buy them because I was going to open them right away. I didn't buy them because I think they're going to, well, I think that they probably have an okay chance of going up in value because they're the reprints of the old stuff, right? But that's not why I bought them. I bought them so whenever I need to do a video that's like Legendary Collections or I need some packs out of there, I have them already, right? Not so that the values are going to go up. So you could say that's investing or whatever, but really it's just about the like availability for the channel. Yeah, so that, I just see so many of those comments right now. It's such a hot topic right now, the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, because a lot of people have been doing the Yu-Gi-Oh is dying videos. I did one myself, and really it wasn't even really that much about the values, but yet, of course, that's what people pluck out, right? It was really more about, how about we do this new format that I think would enhance the Yu-Gi-Oh card game in a lot of ways. And I still think that that idea is great, okay? I don't think that everything I said needs to be done to a T or it's gonna be perfect, but I think my idea is really cool. And I noticed a lot of you guys in the comments being like, I like this idea, Ruxin. This is a great idea. And just that right there, not to say like, oh, I'm awesome, I thought of a great idea, but that, all those comments were showing me these people would be interested in this. So this is a lot of people that spoke up and said they're interested, and that's not even the people that didn't say anything or didn't see the video. Think about how many other people would like this format without even seeing the video, right? Like if it actually happened, there's tons of other people who didn't comment on my video who would actually love it as well. So there's definitely interest out there, Konami. There's interest in an old school format that feels a lot more like Playground Yu-Gi-Oh. I know this because when I do old school duels on Master Duel and stuff like that, all the comments are like, I loved this old school Yu-Gi-Oh. I love the way it used to be. I loved playing like this, and power cards and simple setting and passing. And I know, like, yeah, that sounds really boring for some meta players and stuff like that. And that's why I had the split format idea. Like, have the advanced format. Don't update that. Well, do update it like you normally are. Just keep adding new decks and stuff like that. And people who think that old school Yu-Gi-Oh was boring or too simple, they can play Advanced and they can keep updating that and they can have their own revamp. I didn't really come up with a crazy idea to revamp Advanced because I don't play Advanced that much. So I could give you some ideas on how to tweak it, but I think the best way for players to give their feedback about that is the ones who actually play that, such as, the content creators that actually do that. Maybe they can come up with their own ideas, or the players, the professional players, whatever. You guys have problems with it, you guys can make your thoughts known, which people do that all the time in Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is a place of making your thoughts known, right? But as an old school format, time wizard player, that's myself, I talked about what I know best, which is old school formats, and I know that a lot of people like it. And I know that if you made an old school format, there's our first Azuna of the day, which is really awesome. That's like a $50 card. If you made an old school format like that, there would be tons of players flocking back. And some of the people in my comments, they're not necessarily criticism, but their reply to like, well, you're trying to get back old players. The problem with Yu-Gi-Oh is needing new players. Now, first of all, I disagree on both counts. Because first of all, you don't need new players if you get every player that's played Yu-Gi-Oh, because that's millions of players. Over the course of time, everyone who's ever played a game of Yu-Gi-Oh, if you got all of them back, or even a large percent, let's say like 20% of the players that ever played, you would have a massive card game. Like even 10% would be huge, because almost everybody that's my age or around our age, the people watching this, even some older, some younger, but like in the 30s or late 20s, stuff like that, everyone had Yu-Gi-Oh cards and at least played a game on the playground, right? Everyone, almost everyone. You're like, hey, you heard of Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm like, oh yeah, I played that as a kid. Or, oh yeah, I collected that as a kid. Oh, I had some decks when I was young. Almost every single person you'll talk to. It's a crazy amount of people. Now, of all those people, well, of course not all, it's impossible to get all of anybody to do anything, but if you even got a small percentage of those people, you wouldn't need new players. I know that Yu-Gi-Oh! New players is like a big topic, and the reason is they've burned out those old players with the current state of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's all these summonings and stuff like that. And I'm not even a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Hater, but people, you got to say that, or people are going to go, well, you're hating on new Yu-Gi-Oh! No, I like new Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it's fine, but it's too advanced. It's too advanced for a lot of the people, and people got tired of it. So that needs to be like the next step. You bring people in with the old school format, the new format, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Retro is what I called it. And then if they want to get more complicated, then they can start playing in the advanced as well, and they can do both. But they got to have a step stool to that. You can't make it up to the mountain that is advanced Yu-Gi-Oh! Right away, unless you're like a crazy person like Pac when he joined and all of a sudden was topping events on new Yu-Gi-Oh! But which even since then, though, it's gotten even more complicated since he joined. But there's another Azuna, awesome. So that stepping stool and allowing those old players to get back in is insane, right? It would be amazing. And then we get to the new player part. Like, we don't need old players, we need new players. This would bring in new players. This would bring in new players because the new players, the younger people or the whatevers, they would see this in whatever, hopefully a new anime, or the new anime would do something with the old school stuff or whatever. They would see it and go, oh, I want to try to play that myself. And then when they try to join Yu-Gi-Oh! They wouldn't have to play advanced. They wouldn't have to play Master Duel where people are doing crazy combos and not letting them do anything on turn one and beating them immediately. They could play the Yu-Gi-Oh! Retro ladder, or they could play Yu-Gi-Oh! Retro at their locals, and it would be much easier as a first time. Be like, okay, this is what you do. You need to set your cards, set your trap card, whatever. And then I go, and I don't beat you right away. And here's what you can do with your trap card or whatever. And it's so much simpler. And from then on, they can kind of bridge their way into the advanced Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing if they ever want to get to that point, or they could just play Yu-Gi-Oh! Retro, keep playing it, right? I just think it makes perfect sense. And you don't even have to commit that many resources because you can reuse a lot of the old cards while making some new cards to make it like a new format for it. But you don't have to like make whole new archetypes all the time. Like you can maybe make one new archetype every set, or you can make not even one new archetype, just one new way to play or something like that. They could add a new attribute, a new type, whatever. There's just so many things they could do with it, and so much less effort they would have to put in compared to what they have to do for advanced. Because advanced is so hard. Like we're always so frustrated with how bad the sets are, or at least how they've been. That's because every new set, they've either got to reprint something amazing, which they've already destroyed that. They've reprinted everything a billion times, so they've kind of, fired their gun on that one, you might say. And it's just impossible to keep doing. And then the other side, the core sets and the deck builder sets, you have to come up with a whole new archetype. And not only does it have to be a whole new archetype, it has to be relevant. So it's working in this set because this set has 3 awesome archetypes, but it's hard to hit every single time with new archetypes, right? Every single time it has to be better than the last one. You have to power creep the last one, or at least different in some way where people will play it. It's a lot to ask for Konami, and I understand it's a struggle. That's why I'm saying, Konami, look, this is hard. What you get making new archetypes constantly and having to reprint all these different cards and hopefully reprint the right cards, but now you've reprinted so many cards, you have to reprint Egypt Chain again for the 20th time in this set, even though nobody needs that because it was just in Stampede or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Yu-Gi-Oh! Retro. You scale back on the advanced releases. You can let them breathe. You can let them all be Justice Hunters level. They all have new archetypes, which are all really good. You have an occasional reprint set that hits all the cards that are needed. Because if you have a bunch of sets like Justice Hunters, you don't even really need that many reprints because Justice Hunters is going to be a pretty affordable set for the most part. I know there is a $50 card in it right now, but you reprint the Azuna, you're pretty good to go, right? So you just do that in one of the yearly reprint sets and you're good. You hit everything. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Retro's chilling over there. Yu-Gi-Oh! Retro's got bringing in new players, bringing back old players. Anybody who just saw like a random YouTube video, it's like, man, I really want to play this again. Which I get comments all the time. Hey, I saw you on YouTube. How do I play the game? Or what game are you playing? Oh, I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Oh, that's really cool. Well, I'm sure a lot of those players get on there and go, oh, I saw him playing like Wing Dragon and Raw and all this old stuff. Why am I playing against all these crazy decks and stuff like that? It's a lot of commitment to figure out what's going on with the pendulums, the links, and all that different stuff if you haven't done that since 2006. So as you can see, I am passionate about this. And the reason is, oh yeah, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's crazy. I know you guys didn't realize that. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I love old Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't even hate new Yu-Gi-Oh! But I think old Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so much fun. And even like Edison level, which I know some of you guys watching are like, ooh, Edison? Oh, I don't know. That has synchros in it. A little scary. White cards. I can't be doing that. Even that, like, it feels it's so much fun. I really enjoy it. The old school stuff. It's got a great feel to it where there's some power cards, but there's also some pace to it. It's not too quick, but it's also not super slow. We're not getting walled up most of the time. It doesn't turn into a top deck war all the time. It does sometimes, like when I top deck Dad in that feature match, just saying, and made it happen. Dad came home. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, so it's just fun. It's really cool. And I just really wish that Konami would remember how awesome their game used to be. Not saying it's not now, but remember that early days of Duel Links. How cool was that? How great was Duel Links? I mean, I don't really play Duel Links anymore, but back in the day, Duel Links was carrying. It brought me back in. If it weren't for Duel Links, I wouldn't have made 2,000 videos about the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. Think about that. Without Duel Links, you're not watching me here today. I don't have 2,000 plus videos. I'm not posting every single day for 4.5 years. It never would have happened because of there wouldn't have been Duel Links that I would have found on the App Store and been like, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, I remember that. And think about how many people right now have not remembered Yu-Gi-Oh in like 20 years and are gonna find Yu-Gi-Oh and are gonna do something like maybe they're gonna start making videos, or they're gonna start topping tournaments like Pac did when he showed up and just started winning. Like, there's just all these people waiting to join the Yu-Gi-Oh community that we don't know right now, and we have to give them a way to do it. Now, Master Duel is a good way, but I think having that that retro side of it available all the time, like a ladder, whether it be GOAT, Edison, retro, Yu-Gi-Oh retro, whatever it is, you got to have something for those people to be like, oh, I remember this, and to actually like start playing a game that they actually get, you know, they understand. And it'd be cool is when you first made your, oh, yes, yes, bring it back, Yu-Gi-Oh, Advanced Yu-Gi-Oh. That is literally the best card in the set. What more can I say? What more can I say? Okay, I'm gonna try not to lose my train of thought because that's something cool that I wanted to say, but this is literally the #1 card in the set in the highest rarity. Starlight Rare, K917 Azuna. Very well then. I will take that. It is, I think, a $190 card pre-release. So, whoa, that's a big hit. Okay, we took a quick break from the podcast for me to pull that Azuna. That's pretty cool. Back to what I was saying. I had a train of thought. It'd be really cool as if when you hopped on Master Duel, that's crazy that we just got that. Because I think, I'm not sure what the ratio for Starlights is. We might find out in this opening. But when you hopped on Master Duel for the first time, like you just downloaded it, you know how they love to have pop-ups on Duel Links and stuff. A pop-up goes, are you returning to Yu-Gi-Oh? Or are you new to Yu-Gi-Oh? They could have like a question, like you either click yes, new to Yu-Gi-Oh, returning from a long time, or no, I'm not. And if you click either returning or new, it brings you to here is old school Yu-Gi-Oh, or like more simple Yu-Gi-Oh that you can start with, and then you can try to play in the advanced. And that almost sets up advanced to look like, oh, that's like the big boy Yu-Gi-Oh. Like once I figure out, get my sea legs under me and figure out this old school Yu-Gi-Oh, or remember this old school Yu-Gi-Oh, I can hop on that advance and try to figure that out and win on there. You know what I mean? So then people might even be like, oh yeah, I gotta figure this new Yu-Gi-Oh thing out. It sounds insane. Like I want to get to that level. It's almost like when you restrict an area in a video game, you're like, I really need to go over there. Like even if nothing's over there, it's really just, oh, I can't access it right now. You know, it's like, oh, wait. I guess it's not one per case. Kooky Yummy. I can't get these names right. Kooky Yummy. I think this is a really good card. This is literally the second best Starlight. Kooky Yummy and Cupsy Yummy are tied at $115. That's insane. It's a really good case so far. Oh my gosh. That's unreal. I feel like this is a sign that my ideas are good. That Konami maybe, look, I mean, you're giving me good cards when I'm talking about these. So maybe, I mean, you don't have to do exactly what I'm saying. I just think these ideas generically might be decent. So I'm guessing it's 3 per case then, but wow, that's awesome. Now if we can just get the Cupsy card. We did! That's insane! There's no way! I just called that! No way! Another Starlight? How many Starlights are in this case? I literally just got the top 3 Starlights in a row. That's literally the top 3 Starlight rares. In a span of how many minutes? Like 5 minutes? And those were back to back, like almost back to back. And I literally called that. That's ridiculous. There are only 10 Starlights in this, so I had a 10% chance to be right. But wow, that's still crazy. That's really... Well done, Case. I'm very proud of you. This is amazing. Okay, wow. We're getting some good pulls today. I was not expecting to get 3 starlights in a row. That's probably, I'm guessing all the starlights in the case, but you never know. We got a lot of cards still. Have we pulled a single collector rare yet? I don't think I've pulled a single collector rare yet. That's, oh, and another Azuna. Holy crap. I think we might actually make our money back on this opening. That's pretty rare. Remember I was saying investments? Yeah, don't invest. You're never going to make money. And of course, now I'm popping off. But gotta remember, these are pre-release prices. So when this comes out Friday, I'm guessing a lot of these cards will not be as valuable as it said they are. But even then, we are pulling like the best possible pulls. So that is usually the case. If you open a case and get the best possible pulls, you actually can make your money or more money. But the chance of that happening is very, 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 very low. And it doesn't happen to me very often. I'm just getting super lucky today. Of course, on the day I'm talking about how you're never going to make any money. That's just the universe for you, baby. They're like, yeah, let's just prove them wrong right now. That's insane. I can't believe we just got 3 of those. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty cool. I am very happy with that. Let's see what else I can get here. Jack in the Hand. I still can't believe that's a name. Yeah, so I pretty much said everything I need to say price-wise. I've talked about it a lot. I've been on Ruxin Live. I've been everywhere. And the thing is, on this argument is, that's the same with every argument. You're either going to agree with me or you're not. And that's just how arguments go, right? People don't really change their minds very often. There is a select few out there who are willing to change their mind. And honestly, if you're willing to change your mind, and honestly, I feel like those are the people. They're the people that they're actually listening to stuff, they're thinking. And now that sometimes you're just right and you don't need to change your mind, but maybe just listen, you know, like listen to, like, I remember when I used to want like expensive Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, it's just great because I can open a pack and get an expensive staple or whatever. That's really cool. And then people are like, well, yeah, but it's so expensive for the game. It's like, we should get some reprints for this. And I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. I get why people, if that was an Azuna, that would have been insane. That's probably not a crazy collector, but I'm like, I get why people don't want to spend $1 million on the deck. And I totally get that. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. They should change up how that works and have a lower rarity. And they started doing that more, having like the lower rarity version, the higher rarity version. They've been better about doing that. So, you know, it is what it is when it comes to people and disagreements. There will always be disagreements in Yu-Gi-Oh! And in everything else. There's another Azuna. How many Azunas is that? I gotta check. I think that might be 4. That's 4 Azunas plus the Starlight. 5 Azunas in one case. This is pretty nice because that's the biggest card in the set by far in terms of ultras. It's like a $50 card and everything after that's under 20. So pretty wild, actually. Wow, that is pretty shocking. I cannot believe this. Behemoth. See what else we can find. Ripper. K917 Ripper. Draco Tail. Can we get something else nice? I bet we're only like halfway through the case, so I really hope we get more Azunas. That'd be really cool. We end up with like 8 of them. I guess you get 4 per box on average. We did have a 3 ultra box yesterday though, which was pretty weird. So if it's 4, that'd be 48 ultras total. So you're gonna get like 4.8 of each one, assuming none are short printed, because there's only 10 total ultras. So technically, we're not even like doing crazy. I got this already in another video. Number 67, that is not a great collector rare. I can't really complain about the collector rares because Starlights are on average more expensive and we got the 3 best ones. So, oh, Yummy Snatchy, that's pretty good. Why are we getting all these collector rares in a row now? I just should have done some little more shuffling, I think. Let's see what the Yummy Snatchy goes for. Yummy Snatchy is about a $60 collector rare. That's really good. The Lupus, I didn't look, but I'm guessing it's not too crazy. Yeah, 20 bucks. Wow, that's even cheaper than some of the Draco Tail cards. Wow, that must just not be used in the deck. Just pretty wild that it's an Ultra. It's kind of random because there are a bunch of Supers, I'm guessing, that are used in the deck. This is still a crazy opening. If we had gotten like a Zuna CR and what else could be even crazier to make this like the craziest case possible. That's a $100 collector rare. Yummy Snatchy is actually the 2nd best collector rare. No, 3rd best. Oh, Hornet Drones has a collector rare in here. Sky Striker Hornet Drones. So that's a $67 card. So it's the third best collector rare. So doing okay on those. A lot of them are in the $20 to $50 range. It looks like the collector rares aren't overly expensive, probably because, you know, there's 100 other rarities higher than collector rare now. So it's kind of a weird one to buy into. You're like, yeah, let me get a playset of collector rares. Oh, they got a Starlight print, a QCR print, a quarter century 30th, whatever they're gonna call it. Yeah, so this collector rare is not exactly popping off. So maybe wait until it gets reprinted 12 times, then buy it. Draco Tail. Okay. Still a lot of packs left. What else can we get? K917 Ripper. What else can we pull? A case, not a castle. A castle for K9. That's a different card. Just kidding. Okay, there's another collector rare. Draco Tail Malulu. I've already pulled this one as well. I don't remember this one. 30 bucks. Okay. 30 bucks for that one. I think the number guy we pulled earlier was 35, something like that. Yeah, 30, 35, 36, somewhere around there. So that's really not that bad with all the other prices. 35's decent. I think we're going to do okay because if we got basically $400 in Starlights plus the other 4 K9s, that's 200, that's 600. Collectors are probably up to 700. We're pretty close. We're pretty close to being able to make our money back. If this case is, I don't know, what does this case go for? I'm going to have to look exactly for what they actually are going for. Quite a bit. I mean, a case of Yu-Gi-Oh cards is not cheap. That's another reason why I hate when people are like, if you get cards, you shouldn't care about the value. It's like, well, if you buy a case for like almost $1,000, you're just supposed to not care about the value after that? Like, ouch. It's like, yeah, just spend $1,000 down the drain, bro. Forget about it. What's the problem? It's like, oh, okay. I don't know if all of us can afford that, but thank you for that update, King. So yeah, I don't know. Pretty wild. There's the Hornet drones that gets a CR. So 4 CRs, 3 Starlights is what we've gotten so far. I'm guessing that's the case ratio. We'll see if we get another one. It would be pretty cool. I would take a 5th CR or a 4th Starlight gladly. I don't care if it's the worst one in the set. I will take, what is the worst one? I think the worst one is Mud Dragon for the collector rares, which is hilarious that got a collector rare. K9 Jokal. It's the Jokic, the Jokic, the Joker. All right, Behemoth. What else shall we pull? Yummy Surprise. That's quite a surprise. Not really. It's a super rare. I'm not really surprised by supers ever because they're in most packs. The only reason they wouldn't be is if you pull something higher than that, which is more of a surprise, I think. Cup C Yummy. That's a pretty good one. I will take any more Yummy cards I can get. They're all pretty decent. The archetype itself's pretty good. What else can we pull? We are down to, I would guess, 4 boxes maybe. Maybe a third of the case, something like that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this case opening podcast style video, which is what I usually call these because I'm chattering to myself for about 45 minutes usually. If you are, make sure you subscribe because we are very, very close to 300K, which is exciting. I'm very hyped for the 300K. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It's gonna be epic when we get there. We're gonna do some 300K celebrations. Don't forget, I do have those $20 bundles available and whatnot. I am still gonna be giving away, not giving away, but including a Justice Hunters pack in one of those when you buy that $20 bundle. So if you're a new user, you can use that $15 free credit, subtract that from your 20, that's $5 plus shipping. And then, you know what happens after that? You get yourself a Stampede pack for free as a new user. So there's a lot of great deals over there. Imagine paying $5 plus shipping for 7 packs, including a brand new Justice Hunters pack, which is awesome and has the potential at getting a K9 card. And getting a Stampede pack along with those 7 packs for only $5 plus shipping. Can you imagine that? It's almost like a dream, except it's reality. You just have to click that link. It's kind of crazy how good of a deal it is. It's so good of a deal that so many of you guys have done it. Lots of you guys have done it. And guess what? A lot of you guys have even gotten like one. I remember somebody messaged me and said, hey, I got the Sky Striker Zero or Starlight Rare out of my 1 pack of Duelist Advance. And I was like, and it was in the $20 bundle. So they got 1 pack of Duelist Advance and ended up getting a $250 card. So, and by the way, it's $20 bundle. And I don't remember if they were a new user or not, if they got it for $5. So they either got it for $5 or for $20. So pretty epic. Just saying it's pretty epic. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying this, you've made it this far in the video, you are a true fan of the channel. And so we need our secret code. Let's do something cool. Yummy K9 Draco Tails taste real good. That's our secret code. Yummy canine Draco tails taste real good. Put that in the comments, and then everybody's gonna look at you like, what is wrong with you? That's super weird. Why are you commenting that? And if they're thinking that or commenting that to you, that means they're not a true fan, and you have identified them. They've been outed. They're trying to lay low and act cool in the comments, but they're speaking of looking cool in the comments, I'm looking cool on the video with 5 Azunas. Let's go. So you'll know. You'll know. They can try to play it off. They can try to act like they're cool, but we'll know that they're not. So make sure you guys do that right now. Make that comment in the comments. Let me know that you made it this far in the video. If you did, you are a true fan. And we are getting lower and lower on this opening. There's a Lupus. I haven't mentioned today just how much I love the Yummies. They're so cute. Whenever they come to Master Duel, I'm probably gonna have to go crazy on this on Twitch. So follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/Rexham34. We might do an opening over there. The Twitch is a very random group of content, whether it's Pokerux stuff, which if you haven't followed the Pokemon channel, go check it out. We're over 10,000 subscribers. Very exciting. Thank you guys for subscribing over there. We do Nuzlocke content, but not just that. We do a lot of that on Twitch, but we also do stuff like Master Duel, stuff for wheeled episodes. We do stuff like opening packs for new sets on Master Duel. A lot of cool stuff and a lot of hanging out with regulars on Twitch, and the schedule can be erratic sometimes. It's supposed to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but sometimes streams get moved. Like today I was supposed to stream, I didn't stream because I had 90 videos to record. Because guess what? I'm gonna have a baby soon. Yeah, I know. If you haven't heard that yet, then I'd be surprised because you're a true fan, so I feel like you should have heard it by now. But I got to get prepared for that. I got to be ready because we can't break our daily streak. We can't let the baby mess up our streak, okay? Think I'm gonna let a baby mess up my streak? Come on. I can handle a baby, okay? I say that. Okay, let's just keep going. I'm gonna jinx myself. Knocking on wood right now. I can handle a baby. Okay, I can do it. Yeah, but I'm going to keep that streak alive. So I gotta be ahead on videos, and that means recording a lot. And guess what? It is very late. It's 10:30 p.m. right now when I'm recording it. A lot of you guys go to bed before then because you're normal human beings. Myself, I never go to bed before 10:30 because I can't. I am so lucky that I'm a YouTuber because I can't wake up in the morning. So no matter when I go to bed, if I go to bed at 11, if I go to bed at 3 a.m., I'm not waking up before like 9. That's like the earliest possible. And even then I feel horrible waking up then. So I say can't. Technically I did used to wake up before that, but it was miserable. It was really rough. So this whole YouTube thing and waking up after that is really great because then I can just work until 2 a.m. and it works easier for me. Luckily, I get to have that schedule, so thank you guys for allowing me to do that. Wow, it would be rough. Every day I think about, man, if I had to wake up like a real person, like I respect all you guys who wake up at like 5 a.m. You guys are insane. I can't do it. I just can't do it. When I'm asleep, I'm just like, so great, you know? What? I have to do something? No. Yeah, so, yeah, just respect to you guys out there who are working those 9 to 5s or even earlier, the 5 to 9s, whatever it is. I guess 5 to 9 that would be a really long shift, but respect. Keep up the grind. You're doing what you got to do. Keep pushing for whatever the dream is. Make it happen. I got lucky that my dream happened early, real early. How old was I? Like 20 something? I don't even remember. It was like, oh yeah, you can just do Yu-Gi-Oh cards full time. Pretty cool. So that's why all this complaining about like, all the complaining I did in this video, it's because I want Yu-Gi-Oh to survive, right? Because one, my job depends on it, right? And it's a dream job. And if Yu-Gi-Oh goes away, I don't have that dream job anymore, right? I mean, I'd have to become Pokerux full time, and I don't even know if that would work, right? So, and then no more Yu-Gi-Oh means no more Yu-Gi-Oh, right? The hobby side that I got into as well. So like the job part and the hobby part. So that's why I complain about it a lot recently, because I'm hoping that it'll make a difference in a good way, right? And Konami might think this dude is so annoying. He's always complaining about everything we do. And if that's what happens, then it is what it is. But hopefully, maybe they won't be blinded by their annoyance of me, and they'll be like, you know what? That's actually a pretty good idea. We don't have to give him any credit, but let's at least keep that in mind, right? And even if it's not my idea, like if I can bring someone else's idea that I think is really good to the forefront, and then they can see it, or maybe they see it in my comments or something like that, and it helps the game, then I consider that a win, right? So I kind of feel like I need to do that if it's something that I know about, especially like older Yu-Gi-Oh. So yeah, that's where a lot of that comes from. So full circle moment in this podcast, aka this case opening. Very cool. And very scary at the same time. I hope Konami doesn't drive the game into the ground. I don't think we're at that point. I like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dead thing is a thing that we talk about all the time, but I don't think we're like close to being dead. It's still a pretty popular game and doing pretty well in a lot of ways. I just hope that we are not slowly killing it, right? It's just getting a little worse and a little worse and a little worse, where eventually we get to the 30th anniversary and not very many people care anymore, right? So yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not. We're just gonna keep riding. We're gonna keep grinding. And hopefully it will work out. It'll work out. And yes, and on that note, we are down to only a couple, 3 boxes left. Probably not 3, I don't think. Let me mix some of these. Get these. Let's do this. We probably have 100 packs left. No, don't we have 100 packs? We probably have 60 packs left. I don't know. Let's put them to the side. 60 packs potentially. Could be. All right, had to do a little reorganizing over here because my bulk piles were getting a little crazy. A case for K9. Very cool. Justice Hunters. Yummy surprise. Very yummy. Very tasty. It's a surprise indeed. Of yummy proportions. Justice Hunters, can you give us... Well, we're asking for 1 more K9. Let's get 6. That would be a crazy ratio. Crazy good clumping for us. We're at 5, so we're above 4.8, so we're actually doing pretty good. Most of the time you should get... I would think 5, because 4.8 is a lot closer to 5 than it is to 4, right? So we didn't get screwed and end up with 4. Let's see what else we can get. 6 would be really crazy. I highly doubt we get 6, but I would be really okay with being wrong in that case. I would be really okay with being wrong. A9 Hound. The Hunters of Justice continue. Yokel, what else can we pull? Yummy. Justice. Give me justice or give me... No, that's freedom. Never mind. Not justice. And no, I will not be asking for death. Draco Tail. A lot of packs. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. If you have not yet checked out Wheeled Anime, Wheeled Edison, Wheeled Goat, those are 3 wheel series that I currently have going on. Mostly Wheeled Anime right now because it's been really fun. And we've done a lot of Wheeled Goat and Wheeled Edison episodes. But if you have not checked those out, go check out those playlists. If you have not tried the Master Duel content yet, I feel like most of you guys are watching it. But if you're not, go check it out. It's been a really good time. There's been some really awesome episodes, especially in the anime part where somehow the anime episodes turn into anime episodes. It's kind of crazy how the anime luck like shows up so often in those episodes. And it's really fun to try to mimic the voices. Sometimes I just give up because I can't do it. But some of them, when you get to be like Kaiba or Yugi or something like that, you just can't help yourself. You got to do it. You got to fall into character. You know what I mean? So go check those out if you have not seen those. And of course, Then We Duel is insane. If you've missed Then We Duel, I mean, you like openings. You're watching one right now. Then We Duel has an opening and a duel. It's insane. The perfect combo of Yu-Gi-Oh content. You can go watch somebody open something and then duel with the cards that they pull. What could go wrong? Well, a lot of things could go wrong in terms of the duel or the pulls or getting scammed, which has all happened on Then We Duel, so go check it out. If you've missed that, there are almost 20 episodes there. I was realizing the other day, I'm getting close to 100 episodes of like Master Duel. I was like, wow. Because I remember when I was scared to do like dueling Master Duel content because I'm like, who's gonna care, right? All people care about that watch my channel are openings. And there are people that will still say, I only care about openings. But turns out a lot of people actually like dueling with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? And it turns out I actually love recording that. I wasn't sure if I would, because it's not that I didn't like Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm like, it's a whole different way to do content. I'm like, am I gonna like it? It's a lot of work because the episodes are super long and you got to get collabs a lot of the time, and that can be stressful. I'm not gonna lie, that's still true, but it really has been really cool. It's been a lot of fun, and I think the shorts that come out of it are hilarious. Like some of the moments you just get to put into a short. People see that, they're like, what in the world is going on in this duel? Yeah, so I've really had fun doing, whether it's the Wheeled Anime, Wheeled Goat, Wheeled Edison. I even did Master Duel Gauntlet for a while, and I actually had somebody comment the other day saying, not gonna lie, I missed the series, which it just didn't make sense for me to continue because I was losing money on it because it just wasn't getting quite the views, and it was an expensive edit because it was so long. But I did have a lot of fun doing that. So just doing all that stuff was really cool. And Then We Duel, of course, has been crazy. So that's more Master Duel content as well as opening combined. So some really fun stuff that if you had told me a few years ago that I was going to do 100 like Master Duel videos, I'd be like, no way, dude. Like when I first did Master Duel, I streamed it the very first night it came out at like 3 a.m. I streamed it all night until the morning, like 5, 6, 7 hours. I don't remember how long it was. And it was a lot of fun. And then I never really did it again after that. Well, not never, but a couple years later, I finally decided to do it again. And I'm really glad I did because it's been really cool. It's been a really, really fun. And it seems like a lot of you guys have enjoyed it as well. So thank you for enjoying that if you have. If you haven't enjoyed it or watched it, you know, it's fine. You don't have to watch it, but at least give it a chance. See if you like it. It might bring you back to a simpler time because a lot of times I am just playing old school Yu-Gi-Oh, especially in the anime episodes. I'm playing a time wizard in attack mode or whatever, you know. Just fun stuff like that. We are getting close to the end, so if you have not yet subscribed, if you watch all the way to this point and haven't subscribed yet, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button because there are a lot more where this came from. You can go check out my case opening playlist if you like these just chats over new openings. You can go check that out. And of course, if you subscribe, you're going to see the 300k specials. You're going to see all those Master videos. You're going to see old school openings. You're going to see all the new packs open. You're going to see OCG new stuff opened. You're going to have everything Yu-Gi-Oh here except for TCG content, which technically I did have that recently with SEMO where we did a Then We Duel with TCG, but you're not going to see like modern TCG probably. I did actually do some modern Blue Eyes content. Nobody really watched that, but I tried it. I did one when the new Blue Eyes stuff was added to Master Duel. That was actually really fun, playing that for the first time and posting a video. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we do on here. All things Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically. Pretty cool, pretty exciting. Few packs left. We're getting toward the end, and I have had a great... This has kind of flown by. I've just had a lot of topics to chat about today, so... Hopefully you guys had fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you listen to it as in the podcast section of YouTube, I've been putting these in the podcast section because that's basically what they are. It's one guy talking to himself while opening Yu-Gi-Oh packs and then occasionally pulling the best card in the set and going, oh, that's pretty nice. So yeah, this is kind of like the TikTok Temple Run thing. You know, you got the TikTok people. There's like people talking at the top and there's like somebody playing Temple Run or Subway Surfers at the bottom. It's basically what this content is now. Except for, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So... yeah, pretty cool. That's if all the content was just talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess. 3 packs left, 285 packs open, 3 left to open the entire case of Justice Hunters. So far, been a pretty great set. We had some really awesome pulls. I feel like I'm pulling a lot of those yummy cards toward the end. We ended up getting 5 K9s plus the Starlight, so pretty lucky. We'll see if we can pull one more here on the last pack. Last pack magic. By the way, if you do want some of this set, Justice Hunters, make sure to check out Sassyotto. Link in the description. Get 5% off if you use my code on your case or boxes. It's an affiliate with me, and all that money goes back into buying more Yu-Gi-Oh boxes to open for you guys. So go check that out if you haven't already. Shout out Sassyotto, legend on eBay. Here we go. If you are local to Clarksville, go check out Frontline Games. Let's see what else we can get, and we're going to end it on a super. That's fine because this case was absolutely insane. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Go check out those Whatnot $20 bundles and Ruxin34.com. And of course, check out other videos. Shout out to American Deutscher, Brandon Cheney, Adams, Ghost King TCG, Ronald Apple. Oh, and Archlord Christia First Edition! Ian Musa, Junior Barding, Robert F.
That is not possible! The first set of packs!
Changeling and Crypto Poppy Mike. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. I'll see you guys next time.
The Blue Eyes White Dragon has been pulled! Let's go!